Sometimes I wonder how someone will wake up on a good Sunday morning, get dressed, and go to church only to sit down and watch a pastor boast of his riches from the money he got from the church members.
I'm gonna shock you when I say this. Say, y'all, some of y'all gonna write me an ugly letter. I expect to make money every day, and I do. It's coming to me. It's on me. Don't get mad at me. It ain't my fault. I bet people say, I'll tell you one thing. I don't understand. How can you can buy stuff? Man, one of my chandeliers costs more than most people's house. I got 22 chandeliers in the house. No, Mark's been there many times. Mark eat all my ice cream, all kinds of stuff. I have some friends of mine, they don't wear their jewelry when they're ministering. They're a little nervous. Might hurt the offering. Not Jesse, boy. I'm king of bling. You understand what I'm saying? I like bling. Jesus king of bling too. Jesus got a crown of gold. Lord Jesus.
Now, in order for him to escape accountability, so people won't ask him why he's showing off his worldly possessions, he had to lie on Jesus by saying Jesus also had a bling, which is the crown of thorns, that is a sign of pain of Jesus Christ as a gift of his salvation to free mankind from sin.
Yeah, I'm hesitating to say, I don't want to say, 'cause I'm going to get all kind of crazy and let people fight me. You'll have jewelry cost more in your house. Where? I'm telling you, listen to me. I'm telling you. My first house cost $14,700. I'm giving you a chance to write your check out. $14,700. My second house cost $81,900, and this watch costs more than that. Are you gonna write me an ugly letter? Let me tell you what. No. I can really give you. I don't mean that pridefully.
Of course, you mean that pridefully. And just
I was
when
watching ESPN and I'm watching LeBron James. He put his hand up like that and he had a white watch on. I went,
exploration.
oh, that looked good on a black man. Wonder if that looked good on a white man. I like that watch.
Sometimes you have to wonder if this man's congregation don't get tired of hearing him speak about his watches, his houses, his aeroplanes, and his chandeliers, and even his dogs and his cats, without making mention of anything that concerns the gospel, the Bible, or Jesus Christ. The few times he mentions Jesus Christ or God's name is to blaspheme.
So I got out my room. I went down to Kalakaua Avenue to the Chanel place. You know where it's at. Yeah. Y'all were there. And Jerry and Carolyn was there. So Kathy calls me. I said, listen, I was just watching ESPN and I saw LeBron James. He had a white watch. He said, we sold it to him.
The Bible teaches us not to covet our neighbor's property, but here is a mega pastor who has a mega following. Millions of people listen to this pastor, and here he is teaching them how to be covetous and how to love what other people have, comparing himself to athletes, musicians, and actors.
I said, you did? Yeah. I said, do you have another one? I want one exactly like that. He said, yes, we do. I said, okay. So Martin, and it fit me, and they put it on all that kind of stuff. And I like it, you know. So I'm saying, all of a sudden I get a phone call. The guy said, what are you doing? I said, I'm at the Chanel store. You are at the Chanel store? What are you doing? I said, I saw LeBron James. I got to tell the whole story. I saw LeBron James on ESPN, and he held his arm and he had a white watch, so I decided to buy it. The man sold it to him, so I got one.
Here we go again on the roller coaster routine, where the fake pastor keep yapping and the church members who are gullible keep clapping. Sometimes you wonder if they don't get sick and tired of hearing this man go off about his possessions in his angry state of mind.
Because that plane was worth every nickel and dime. And when people see it, they freak out, man. They go, look at this plane. I flew it to the Kentucky Derby. You ought to see people. They're going, look at that plane. I wanted to see them horses run. I did. It's a dream of mine. I got to go. That's some athletes bought in thoroughbreds. And the horses are first, buddy. Now, you get in front of the horse, they don't care if the horse stomp you. You just get out of the way, human. And these horses are worth millions and millions and millions of dollars.
This man is a good example of everything the Bible warns us about. He is a symbol of pride, arrogance, and his ego takes the better part of his speech. His ego is bigger than the size of his brain and the God in him.
And I was at the very top level. I was talking to the president's wife of Churchill Downs, and I didn't even know it.
I really believe that if Jesus was physically on the earth today, he wouldn't be riding a donkey.
Now he's trying to gaslight his church members by making them believe that him loving material things is okay. Jesus Christ rode on a donkey once, and it was recorded in the Bible because the aim of Jesus' coming and his gospel was to draw attention to God, not to himself or to material things. But these men of these days only preach about worldly possessions and a transactional relationship with God, making you believe that a relationship with Christ will give you material things and worldly possessions. But that was not the case. There were donkeys and there were horses and there were camels in Jesus' time, but he didn't have any to his name. And that is why the only time he rode on a donkey, it was recorded because it was significant, the triumphant entry of Christ.
Think about that for a minute. He'd be in an airplane preaching the gospel all over the world. We believe in God for a brand new Falcon 7X so we can go anywhere in the world one stop.
My congregation is the world. I need the plane. So for you that don't think I should have that plane, God told me to have that plane.
Why do you need a $54 million private jet?
We're not doing any kind of interviews right now. I'm in the book.
I'd just like to know why you need keep your hands off me. Why are...
Yes, he did not disappoint her. This is exactly what a coward would do when he's asked to give accountability of his actions, because this is what his church members are supposed to be doing, to ask him difficult questions, but they just sit there, gullible, cheering, laughing, and clapping at every garbage that is being shoved down their throat. But when these fake pastors meet real people that still have their brains intact, they begin to say gibberish and try to deflect questions like goalkeepers deflect goals.
Your people touching me like this?
Because you need to wait.
Let go of me.
She's gone.
You go, Lisa.
I can hear her holler. And I came back and said, what'd you do with her? He said, I made her outside edition.